In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on November 6, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Detroit Pistons versus Charlotte Hornets. The Detroit Pistons travel to North Carolina on Wednesday to take on the Charlotte Hornets in an Eastern Conference matchup. The Pistons are coming off an impressive win against the Los Angeles Lakers, defeating them 115-103 on Monday night. This victory marked Detroit's second consecutive win, with standout performance by Cade Cunningham, who recorded a triple-double with 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. Despite their recent success, the Pistons remain 5 games behind the Central Division leader. Meanwhile, Charlotte continues to struggle, having lost their 3rd game in a row after a 114-93 defeat to the Minnesota Timberwolves on Monday. The Hornets are now 1.5 games back from first place in the Southeast Division. Detroit is monitoring the health of rookie guard Ausar Thompson, who is dealing with an illness which could impact his availability for Wednesday's game. Charlotte, on the other hand, is expected to have a full roster, with Cody Martin anticipated to make his return to the lineup. In addition to Thompson's uncertain status, Detroit will face a Hornets team that may still be missing Nick Richards, Charlotte's leading rebounder and top shot blocker. Richards was absent in Monday's game against Minnesota and remains questionable for Wednesday's contest. Detroit has been solid defensively, allowing only 109.5 points per game, which ranks them 10th in the NBA. They'll go up against a Charlotte squad that has been less effective on defense, ranking 23rd in points allowed at 118.4 per game. In terms of betting trends, Detroit has covered the spread in 5 of its last 6 games and is 6-2 against the spread in its last 8 meetings with Charlotte. Conversely, the Hornets have failed to cover in 4 of their last 5 games, and they have struggled against Central Division teams, covering the spread in only 3 of their last 16 games. The Pistons have made strides this season, particularly on the defensive end, which has helped them stay competitive in recent games. Led by Cade Cunningham's scoring and playmaking abilities, Detroit has developed a balanced offensive approach that can exploit Charlotte's defensive vulnerabilities, especially in fast breaks and points in the paint, areas where the Hornets have consistently struggled. Detroit's focus on offensive rebounding, with players like Jalen Duren leading the charge, has also allowed them to generate second chance points, a crucial asset in maintaining momentum even when their shooting accuracy dips. Detroit's overall record may not reflect their recent level of play, as their 4 opening losses were all against playoff-caliber teams. Meanwhile, Charlotte has found it challenging to build winning momentum, despite solid individual performances from LaMelo Ball and an otherwise healthy lineup. Playing at home does give Charlotte a slight advantage, and they've been able to produce strong offensive performances. However, they have lost 5 of their last 6 games, while Detroit enters this matchup on a high note after upsetting the Lakers. Historically, the Pistons have been strong against the Hornets, winning 6 of their last 8 encounters. Given these factors, the Detroit Pistons to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Looking at the over-under, the total has ended under in 8 of Detroit's last 10 games, including each of their last 6 road games. Charlotte has seen a similar trend, with the total going under in 4 of their last 5 games and in each of the last 6 matchups between these 2 teams. Neither team ranks among the league's top defenses, but Detroit sits at 10th in points allowed with an average of 109.5 per game, while they are only 27th in scoring at 106 points per game. Both teams tend to play at a slower pace, focusing more on half-court sets and deliberate offensive setups than fast breaks. Detroit ranks in the lower half of the NBA in pace, while Charlotte, though capable of occasional high-scoring spurts, has struggled with consistent shooting efficiency. The lower effective shooting percentages for both teams contribute to lower scoring games overall. Additionally, Detroit's emphasis on limiting their opponent's possessions combined with Charlotte's frequent shooting lapses supports the likelihood of a lower total score. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Orlando Magic versus Indiana Pacers. For the second time in 9 games, the Orlando Magic and Indiana Pacers are set to face off, this time on Wednesday night in Indiana. The Magic, currently sitting at a 3-5 record straight up and 2-6 against the spread, have faced a rough patch, especially in recent road games. Over the past week, they've struggled significantly, dropping 4 consecutive road games, with the latest being a 102-86 loss against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Monday. On the other hand, the Pacers are coming into this game with some momentum, having won 2 of their last 3 outings. Most recently, they secured an impressive 134-127 victory over the Dallas Mavericks on the road on Monday night, highlighting their offensive prowess. The Magic are still grappling with key absences, as both Paolo Banchero and Wendell Carter Jr. remain sidelined due to injuries. For the Pacers, Aaron Nesmith is out, while Andrew Nembhard's availability is in question. In their previous matchup just under 2 weeks ago, Orlando managed to pull off a 4-point win as -5.5 favorites at home. Banchero had an exceptional performance that night, contributing 42% of the team's points with a 50-point game, showcasing his value to Orlando's offensive lineup. Carter Jr. also played a significant role, recording a double-double in that contest. While he is currently listed as a game-time decision, even if he suits up, he may be restricted in his minutes due to missing the last 2 games. The Magic's road struggles only add to their challenges, and they are likely eager to return home after a rough stretch away. This scenario provides an advantage to Indiana, who not only want to avenge their previous loss, but will also benefit from not having to contend with Banchero's scoring threat. With a weakened Magic offense, Indiana's defense will only need to focus on controlling what's left of Orlando's lineup. The Magic's supporting cast managed just 40.4% shooting in the prior game, which bodes well for Indiana's chances. When these teams last met, the Pacers shot 46.6%, with all 5 starters scoring in double figures. With a bit more contribution from their bench, Indiana should be in a good position. Notably, the Pacers have covered the spread in 3 of their last 5 meetings with Orlando. The Pacers come into this game having won 2 of their last 3 contests, while the Magic have been on a 4-game losing streak. Indiana's offensive advantage is especially evident when playing at home, where they average over 124 points per game. They're efficient from beyond the arc, hitting 40% of their 3-point attempts, and they excel at finding open shooters while aggressively pursuing offensive rebounds, with an average of over 11 per game. This ability to generate second-chance points will be beneficial against an Orlando team that has struggled defensively in recent games. Indiana's scoring depth and home court advantage make it likely that they'll have success on offense in this matchup. Orlando's offensive outlook is less promising, especially on the road where they average just over 101 points per game. Their ball movement lacks fluidity, and they aren't as effective as the Pacers on the boards, which limits their opportunities for second-chance points. Turnover issues have also plagued the Magic on the road, and these mistakes could lead to easy scoring chances for the Pacers, who average 9 steals per game at home. Although Indiana's defense isn't known for being particularly strong, their recent improvements should suffice against Orlando's struggling offense, which has only weakened in Banchero's absence. It's difficult to be confident in Indiana as heavy favorites due to their inconsistency on defense. However, with the Magic floundering since Banchero's injury and failing to cover the spread in their last 6 games, Indiana seems to have the upper hand. Orlando was already struggling to score even before Banchero's absence, and without him, their offense lacks sufficient firepower. Indiana's impressive performance in their recent upset win over Dallas indicates they are in good form, so the Indiana Pacers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. Recent trends also favor a high-scoring game. The Magic have gone over the total in 4 of their last 7 games, while the Pacers have done so in each of their last 5. Orlando averages 101 points per game on the road and plays at the 12th fastest pace in the league, with approximately 103.6 possessions per game. The Pacers, meanwhile, are one of the fastest teams, ranking 5th in pace with an average of 106.6 possessions per game, and they score an impressive 124.5 points per game at home. Additionally, they're facing an Orlando team that has allowed an average of 110 points over its last 3 games. In their first meeting this season, the 2 teams combined for 234 points, surpassing the projected total of 225.5. While Orlando ranks 27th in overall scoring, their pace indicates they push the ball up the court quickly, which could lead to high-scoring opportunities. Indiana's efficient, fast-paced offense, which ranks among the league's best despite not relying on a single standout scorer, is a adept at spreading the ball and capitalizing on favorable matchups. Though the Magic have struggled offensively without Banchero, their last 2 games were against top defensive teams, suggesting they may fare better against Indiana's weaker defense. Overall, with both teams trending towards high-scoring games, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Golden State Warriors versus Boston Celtics. The Golden State Warriors, currently boasting a record of 6-1, are set to face the Boston Celtics, who stand at 7-1 for the first time this season. The Warriors recently extended their winning streak to 4 games with an impressive road victory over the Washington Wizards on Monday night. Meanwhile, the Celtics secured their 3rd consecutive win with a dominant performance in a blowout against the Atlanta Hawks. This upcoming game will be a clash of 2 highly successful teams, both riding the momentum of recent wins and playing some of the best basketball in the league. Heading into this matchup, both teams are dealing with key player absences. The Warriors are slightly undermanned with D'Anthony Melton ruled out, while the Celtics will again be without the services of Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis. A crucial aspect of this game will be Golden State's defensive ability to prevent 3-pointers, a strength they lead the league in. Boston, on the other hand, attempts more 3-pointers than any other team, making this a defining matchup. Without Porzingis on the floor, however, Boston's advantage may tilt in favor of Golden State. Defensively, Golden State's ability to protect the rim could pose challenges for Boston, who, without Porzingis, has fallen to 26th in rim defense. The Warriors' skilled 3-point shooters may open up opportunities in the paint, potentially exploiting Boston's rim protection weaknesses. Both the Warriors and the Celtics have been playing at a top-tier level, excelling on both ends of the court. Golden State has shown impressive depth, adapting effectively in the absence of Klay Thompson. Buddy Hield, leading the team in scoring, has delivered highly efficient performances off the bench, adding another layer of firepower. Boston, conversely, boasts one of the most formidable starting lineups in the league, thanks to their versatility and balance on both ends of the floor, a factor that contributed to their recent championship run. However, Boston's bench depth is lacking, and the absence of Jaylen Brown, one of the league's best 2-way players, could impact their performance in this game if he remains sidelined. The Celtics may hold a slight advantage given their recent dominance, including a strong finish last season and the benefit of playing on their home court. However, the Warriors have been formidable through 7 games and have superstar Stephen Curry back in the lineup. Notably, Golden State is also 6-1 against the spread this season and has taken 6 of the last 9 matchups against Boston. Given their current form, the Warriors will be quietly confident in their chances to pull off an upset, especially with Curry at the helm. Golden State's role players have stepped up in recent games, helping the team navigate past lesser competition, though a road game against a tough Celtics team at TD Garden will certainly present a challenge. While Boston has the home court advantage, they are hampered by the absences of Brown and Porzingis. Therefore, the Golden State Warriors to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. While both teams are known for their defensive prowess, the focus in this game may lean heavily toward offense. These are 2 of the league's highest scoring teams, ranking 1st and 3rd, respectively, with neither team playing at a below-average pace. Historically, the Celtics have scored over 120 points in 3 straight games against the Warriors, with 2 of the last 3 matchups going into overtime. With both teams ranking in the top 5 for 3-point attempts per game, a high-scoring game could easily materialize if either team heats up from beyond the arc. Boston's vulnerability in rim defense plays into Golden State's strengths, as the Warriors frequently attack the basket. Meanwhile, Golden State's tendency to allow offensive rebounds and free throw attempts may give Boston additional scoring opportunities. Despite being elite defensive teams, the Warriors and Celtics are both aggressive in their shot attempts, especially from 3-point range. The Warriors rank 5th in field goals attempted per game, with the Celtics close behind in 6th. Though neither team operates at a breakneck pace, the number of field goal attempts and 3-point shots will likely drive a high-scoring affair in this primetime showdown. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.